Happy New Year, everybody. Howi Spangler here. It is 2022, and I'm very excited about the year ahead and the chance to grow, not just here on the channel, but as a human being. I'm going to talk about my approach to songwriting and writer's block, because words are hard. I've been writing songs since I was 13 years old. I've always written about things that were going on in my life at that time. So back then it was teenage life. Songs about hating school, falling in love with every girl that I saw, feeling like an outcast because I was a complete dork, feeling like a loser because I couldn't get a girlfriend. I've actually written a ton of love songs in my life. Once I got in my 20s, I started drinking, started writing party songs, songs about struggling with depression, songs about feeling like a loser because I couldn't get my band to be as big as some of my favorite bands. I look back and I see a pattern. The feelings are the same over nearly 30 years of songwriting. Only the circumstances have changed. My songs are the story of my life. That's what makes writing songs so interesting. For me, songs are personal. Here I am, like digging into my innermost thoughts and feelings and, translating them to the world. Often contemplative, but manifested in a way that makes a song about having my car repossessed seem like a happy situation. A song about my own self-loathing can make the listener feel like they're not alone in theirs. That is the power of music and songwriting. I write for myself, but because I've been in a band releasing music for 25 years, I also write for our listeners, our fans. And that is what makes songwriting so fucking hard for me. When I was a kid, I remember writing down pretty much any lyrics that came to mind and I would create a song around it. I'd be proud and then I'd move on to the next one. I didn't overthink it, I just did it because I was excited and it was awesome to be writing my own songs. And for the next 15 years or so, that's how I worked. Well, once the band started getting more attention, we started actually selling records, making a little bit of money. It seemed like a lot of money at the time. I think that's when I started to feel like I wasn't good enough. I started getting really self-conscious about my lyrics. I'd write a couple lines and then would just stop. And that was about 10 years ago. I'm still dealing with that writer's block today. There really is no feeling like when I'm writing a song, building it out in Pro Tools and hearing it come together. When I'm in a groove, nothing can stop me. I obsess over melodies, finding the right harmonies. I'll arrange a song a dozen different ways until I feel like it's finished. That part of the process is intoxicating. It's a level of stimulation that's very, very satisfying for me. I have riffs and melodies that go through my head all day long. I can sit down with my guitar and it just comes out. It's the fucking words. That's the hard part. Somewhere along the way, I convinced myself that every single line has to be perfect. Every line needs to be iconic, something that a person can tattoo on their skin forever. So sometimes when I write a line, it doesn't hit me here or just sounds dumb to me, I'll abandon the song altogether. I lose confidence, I feel like I've lost my edge. Pack it up, it's over, you're a loser, no one likes you, time to get a real job. I often envy those 20-something artists that I grew up listening to who have the ability to articulate their thoughts better than me and so much cooler with metaphors and punchlines that I could never concoct. And of course, sure, I'm being hard on myself. I think we tend to hate on ourselves more than we deserve, but that's art. In our minds, it needs to be perfect. Songwriting is no different for me. So today I wanted to share some techniques that have helped me finish songs. I would love to hear your thoughts and any songwriting hacks you might have down in the comments below. All right, number one, keywords. So sometimes I'll basically create a word cloud of words related to the subject that I want to write about. I'll try to think of interesting words and phrases, one-liners, near rhymes that I think will help make the song flow. For example, if I'm writing a party song, I'll probably jot down words and one-liners like drinking, good times, the cops showed up, it's Friday night, things that really help paint the picture. Number two, write a track list. This is something that started way back in school for me. I was young and I was always excited about the thought of recording our own album and releasing it to the world. I would draw up concepts for album art, then I would come up with a track list. Yes, a track list of songs that didn't even exist yet. I tried to come up with 12 or 14 song titles that would make up the album. And I found this to be very useful later on when we were actually making records. Once I had some interesting titles, I could write around that topic. And it can be really fun too along the way when you do that to kind of see how your album's gonna look, Number three, random mumbling. Let me explain. This is kind of a weird one, but it works. I'm gonna take you into my weird mind right now. I think that people like to sing along to lyrics that sound cool, like phonetically. One of the reasons why I think hip hop is such a dominating genre, rappers like Eminem, Biggie, Jay-Z, they just make things sound cool.
Side note.
Delivery, super important too, but that's a whole different thing. And us as the listeners try to hang right there with them while we're singing it back. There's something satisfying about rhyming something sensically And there's this feeling of power with each passing line, like I'm the dopest guy in the room. That's how I feel anyway. I look at songs as already existing on a different plane in the cosmos, and it's my job to pull them from the ether and give them life. I think certain words and melodies are meant to be together at the right time in a song. So a lot of times I'll let the track play over and over, and I'll just mumble along, dropping random words until it feels right. Once I have something that I think sounds good, I'll build around that. Number 4, write out of order. There are no rules to songwriting. Ultimately, it's up to you as the creator to decide how you want the song to go. Now, if you're writing pop music, you are sort of bound to a certain structure, but that's a whole different video. So sometimes I'll start with a chorus and then build around that. Or I'll have a one-liner for a verse and then figure out what the chorus will be later. Other times I'll just finish all the verses first and then I'll do the chorus. Sometimes I'll do the conclusion first, which will inspire how the song should begin. A lot of times I do jump around a lot when I'm writing. It really doesn't matter how you get there, just get there. Number 5, take a break. Sometimes I'll be sitting there working on a song for hours and it's just not happening. There's a feeling of defeat and I hate it. But that is a good time to put down the pen and go do something else. You should never force anything. It should be something that happens naturally. Songs are about vibes, songs are about feeling. I started writing a song in 2004 and it didn't get finished and released until 2011. The creative process takes patience for greatness. Here's a bonus tip, number 6, Rhymezone. I use Rhymezone all the time. When I'm stuck, I will head right over to Rhymezone. I'll look up some words that rhyme to help push me along. You can even look up near rhymes to help your flow. It's okay to get a little bit of help. This can be a serious unlock if you're having a block. All right, well, that's gonna do it for my songwriting tips today. I hope this helps you guys get the juices flowing. Again, I would love to hear any of your songwriting hacks in the comments below. If this video helped you at all, please consider hitting the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when I upload or go live. It really does help the channel grow. Thanks for watching and happy songwriting.